What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is September 15th, 2021, and we are not doing the Tech Talk Tuesday today. We are doing something new I call, whatever Wednesday, because I was just way too damn busy yesterday, and as usual, I got the co-host, Justin Martinez, here in the studio, and I'm going to have to adjust that sine wave there in the beginning. It was a little beefy and a little loud, so I'm going to have to watch myself on the microphone. So, Justin, I know we were talking about a few things earlier, so remind me and refresh my memory.
Well, we wanted to go through, we're from South Texas. I'm from South Texas, you're from New York. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But you've lived down here long enough to get a good feel of the driving here. And the ridiculous, stupid shit that goes on down here.
The driving. Oh, gosh.
We're using really big quotation marks between me and him.
Driving in South Texas. Yeah. I don't even know if...
Demolition Derby.
I don't know if I would consider that shit driving.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. Yeah, pretty much. Because even like when I first went and actually got my driver's license here, I remember I was talking to the instructor because we were using the RX-8. So we were in a sports car with a freaking spoiler, loud-ass sound system, loud-ass exhaust kit. And I'm like, are you nervous? He's like, no, dude, I'm good. I was like, really? He's like, no, I do this every freaking day. Trust me, your sports car doesn't make me nervous. If anything, I know it's a well-handled vehicle and you can handle it well. So he's like, let's just get this thing done. He's like, honestly, the ones that make me nervous, and it has nothing to do with race, it's the exchange students that come over to Texas A&M University and a few of the other colleges, whatever. They're coming from Thailand and, other countries where they drive
Thailand, Europe,
drive
Germany.
on opposite sides of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that's what scares me is because when they pull out, the first thing they do is go left the wrong way down a one-way in the wrong freaking lane.
Whoa.
And, right there is a no, that's almost an insta-fail.
Yeah.
And I can picture this poor guy. All right, here we go, test time. And they just boil out of there.
Gunning it.
Going the wrong frickin' way, and all he can probably picture is the wasted across the screen.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Oh, yeah, that's picturing the freaking instructor sitting there like white knuckle gripping the ever-living piss out of the armrest.
I don't even think he would white knuckle at that point. This guy seems like so calm about this crap, and he's done it so long that he probably still holds the clipboard and the pencil and goes into a head-on collision. His glasses might be like slightly crooked on his face, but he's still like, that's points off right there.
-5 points.
Check her off. So
Insta-fail.
But yeah, in all reality, it's like there's shitty drivers everywhere. But every time you see a sign on the road that's blinking and, the nice, pretty orange lights that says Texas death toll this year, and it's like, that's a big freaking number.
Yeah, especially for Texas, a big place.
Yeah, and of all things here, like the thing that pisses me off the most is still that blinkers seem to be freaking optional. Like, I've seen pictures of jokes where it says Texas blinkers, and it shows a picture of a directional inside someone's car, and it's got a cobweb going from the directional to the door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that irks me. And, yeah, I'm on the motorcycle almost 90% of the time, and I use my damn directional because I don't want to get hit.
Mm-mm.
They obviously don't give two shits, but, yeah. So, yeah.
No, and
God.
I'll follow that up because my mom used to be like that, when she was teaching me how to drive, and granted,
use a fucking blinker, man.
Well, yeah, granted, that's what she told me. Use the blinker, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Driving. I'm driving with her. She's not using her blinker, and I'm like, Mom?
Half the people don't even wear their fucking seatbelts.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. If I'm backing my vehicle up and, repositioning it on my property, I ain't going to put the damn seatbelt on. But a lot of times, I end up putting it on just because it's second nature, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes, exactly. But back to what I was saying, yeah, I literally bitched out my mom kind of. I was like, Mom.
You're telling me to do something you don't even do?
And her response was like, oh man, it was the stupidest response.
You wouldn't even do it if you knew what you were doing.
Granted, I love my mother. I really
Jesus,
do.
same thing with my mother sometimes driving. Good God.
But her
Like just for
Yeah.
I mean to chime in on this one, but my dad the other day during this the damn tropical storm coming through, I was like, "Hey, are you at work? I need some heavy duty ratchet straps to tie this crap down and yada yada before the storm gets a little out of control." "Well, I'm not even at work right now." Like, what do you mean you're not at work right now? You're supposed to be at work, dude. It's a freaking, Monday. Like, you're supposed to be at work. Yeah. Well, your mother swerved off the road and this and it's not even, it's raining, but it's not even like stupid windy. The wind might be 60 miles an hour. How the hell did you go off the road? Well, and I think you said, it sounds like it's time for new tires. I'm like, it's brand new. It's like a 2021. Like, there's brand new freaking tires on it. She either goes, and I've seen this crap because my brother was in the car with me before going downtown Corpus Christi. If she's on the freeway, she's like, you can barely see the top of her head above the steering wheel. 2 hands, and it's not the 10 and 2 horse shit. This is like some 3 o'clock, freaking 9 o'clock, right in the middle. And she's doing like 65 and a 75. People just blaring by her. But then you get her on like Ocean Drive and some of these smaller roads where it's like 35, 45, whatever maybe. She's doing like 50. And I'm like, racing the car with my brother, trying to keep up with my mother. So she speeds her ass off in really slow areas, and then she goes slow as shit on the freeways.
What kind of logic does that make?
It's what happens when you hit your 60s.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
Go back to what you were
that
saying.
was good. That was good, though. I mean, hell, I'll share an Ocean Drive that you and I had a couple of years ago. That story, that was good. I'll follow that up right after this. But no, yeah, I was like, Mom, freaking. Sorry, I had a burp that got stuck.
Brain fart.
No, I had
the brain fart burp.
Yeah, it was like, ooh. But anyway, I was like, Mom, blinker, please. This is what you taught me. My mom's response, I know where I'm going. Yeah, but this big-ass semi right beside us doesn't, was my response. That was my absolute response. This big-ass semi right beside us doesn't.
And for those of you, I just had the blinky stare, like from Monsters, Inc., the little girl just, blink, blink, blink.
No, and my mom was like, you're right. You're right. You were right.
No shit, I'm right. The guy...
She put the blinker on and merged and everything, and... she drove like a human being after that.
You know, it's funny as hell. I've had my moments where I had like a chick in the front of the car and a buddy in the back in the RX-8, and I'm racing, racing going from Portland into Corpus Christi on the long water stretch. There ain't nothing out there. There's no side roads. It's the longest bridge over the water out there. And I'm racing, and I'm going in and out of freaking traffic, racing dudes and all this bullshit, and everyone, having fun. But can you imagine seeing a rice burner, a Fast and the Furious Mazda RX-8 with a spoiler on the back blowing fire out the back of the pipes, but I'm using my directional. Every time I shift lanes, racing the dude and veering around other vehicles, but I'm like, blinker, here we go.
This is where I'm going.
It's like watching Fast and the Furious, but they're using their directionals the whole time.
No shit, right?
That's exactly what the hell it was.
Yeah, the only difference between you and them is, you use your blinkers and you stop for gas. There's not one point in time in that fucking movie franchise that anyone has ever stopped and got gas.
So you think you're a street racer? Well, do you use your blinkers? Oh, Jesus, man.
Where I'm going, I don't need blinkers.
Where we're going, we don't need blinkers.
But no, speaking of like Ocean Drive in that area, me and you were going over there once, and I forgot exactly what we were going over there for. I know you were driving my car, and we were going to get something or go somewhere, meet somebody in Corpus, whatever.
It was a thing?
Yeah, we were doing a thing.
Okay.
And for some odd reason, and this is other people's driving, not us. We were doing Mike was doing phenomenal.
I drive good, damn it.
Yeah. But this, and I'm going to say this because it is true, this bitch drives into the street and stops.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. That was the day we went over, we went to Del Mar College for something. I was doing pre-enrollment
yes,
to college.
Yes, you were doing pre-enrollment.
And we had stopped we were going to the tattoo shop because I needed to get tattoo equipment.
Yes.
And yes, we were going just cruising down the road. And you had your seatbelt on. I had my seatbelt on. Whatever.
We're blaring
Somebody,
music, having fun.
there is vehicles to the right of me. So there's a blind spot. A person trying to pull out of a little lot or whatever, if they're looking to their left, they see cars coming in that lane. But regardless, why would you try to shoot in front of the car that's right there, not knowing that I'm right behind you? They stopped. I wasn't going to. And yeah, I squealed those damn tires. You did that like crash dummy fun thing where both your arms and feet went straight in front of you.
Yeah.
You're like, son of a bitch.
No, I was pissed.
No, I was a little pissed too because I was the one driving.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you are a dumbass.
But that was the thing. That bitch stopped right in the middle of the road and then had the goddamn audacity to look at us like we fucked up. Like, oh my God.
Well, that's generally what people do when they realize they fucked up.
Yeah.
Is they look at the other person like, you fucked up.
Yeah, and she didn't continue to stare at us as she merged going the opposite goddamn way.
Oh, screw that crap. I continue to go.
I mean,
everybody has what I call the zero fucks given day.
Yeah.
And obviously that was hers. But I've never really gone that, OFG.
No, and that's the thing I can say. She had a zero fucks. We had an absolute zero fuck. An absolute zero fuck. There was no sign of a fuck to be given then, there, and or in the future.
Drivers, and the most of the people that like burn out. I've seen so many vehicles. Like I was in Corpus not too long ago, and I went and had like a nice little dinner over at the Bamboo Gardens with my girlfriend and all that jazz. And as I was leaving, realized there's a lady in the parking lot on her phone, this and that, so on and so forth, and half her bumper's hanging off. The headlight is hanging out of the front of it. She's in a parking lot. Her front end's fucked,
mangled.
And I was like, oh my God, I think she probably just got in an accident. And of course, her. Well, we should stop and talk to her. It's like, fuck, no, we ain't stopping and talking to her because I don't want to be an accessory to any of this crap. I don't want to be a considered, quote, witness to any of this crap. No. We're going bye-bye. She's on the phone. She clearly is calling somebody. This is handled. The person that hit her or whoever she hit is no longer there. So either it was squared away and they exchanged insurance information or the person did a hit and run because they didn't have fucking insurance.
Which 9 times out of 10 in
9
Corpus
times
Christi.
out of 10, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, even then, like, a couple of years ago, pertaining to the driving in Corpus area, in this area, yeah, what happened to your, at the time, wife and father and that shit? Some kid just...
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Exiting the freeway, have my 2-year-old son in the back, car-seated, like, 5-point harness, ready to roll. My father's in the front seat, brand new 2019 Equinox.
Yeah.
Thing's brand freaking new in a sense.
Just off the lot.
Great crash test rating. It's a new car. They're good. Comes off the, exiting the, going off the off-ramp, whatever, going down towards the intersection in the city off of the expressway.
Like a block away from Del Mar, right?
And... No, this was like downtown near like Everhart and Staples.
Oh, okay,
exiting Crosstown Expressway. So basically, you're exiting the the large freeway. You're in the downtown area where all the big shopping centers like Best Buys and all that are. And she's coming down, and you're decelerating. That's what that whole ramp is for. And just FYI, some of you people, and I know you're out there, an on ramp is to accelerate. To get to the speed of the freeway. When you're coming off of the freeway, you decelerate. Apparently some people don't really know that shit.
Some people don't give a fuck in this area.
And you're the ones that get hit and wonder why. But anywho, moving along. So she's decelerating, she's coming off, she's going from 65 miles an hour or whatever the hell, coming down. And as switching lanes with blinker to get into the lane she needs to get in, car just comes straight out of a parking lot, cuts across 3 lanes to get into the U-turn, and she T-bones the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Well, windshield's broken. There's glass all over the place. My dad's fine. She's fine. My son's in the back. All he had was a little rashy on his neck from the seatbelt. It did its damn job,
Crash test approved.
That's why you buy the Graco car seat. leader, and they're not sponsoring any of this shit. But I'll tell you what, I can show you the freaking receipt for that car seat. So, thus being said, the person that got T-boned, everything stops. Please show up, so on and so forth, etc. She's got it. You got the insurance policy. Everything's good. We were covered by USAA. Yada 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 yada. Well, it turns out the driver of the vehicle was 16 years old. Did not have a driver's license.
He had a farmer's license.
It didn't even matter what he had.
No.
He's
I'm
16 years old.
Yeah.
The vehicle's not insured. And furthermore, the vehicle did not belong to him and his father that was in the passenger seat. Wearing his gold chains and shit. So no insurance, not your vehicle. He has no driver's license. And if you do, even if you had a farmer's license at 14 or whatever, you're driving in the city. You can't do that.
Exactly.
So the bottom line is he didn't have a driver's license. There was no insurance on the vehicle. Daddy's got gold chains, and it's not even their car. They were test driving it. Why the fuck was he test driving it?
Yeah.
So there's the big picture. And of course, my dad's smart ass remark is, well, if they don't have insurance, he sure as fuck had a lot of gold chains.
Oh, boy.
So bottom line, there was a settlement, and everything got fixed, yada, yada, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's just one of those other scenarios of funniness.
No. I like the...
And nobody got hurt.
Yeah. No, but I like the part of the story where when the cops showed up and your father, ex-police officer...
My dad took pictures of everything. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. And he wasn't just like a, city cop or like, any... No, he was military police.
Yeah.
So he was military law enforcement. That was just part of the gig he did.
Yeah, but it was a part of like come for statements and stuff from your dad. And point out the picture for your dad, will you? The specs of your father.
My father is 6'6". He's roughly 400 and some change at this point. So he's a big dude.
Yeah, standing behind this gold chain wearing like 5'6" dude, kind of stocky.
And he's taking
whatever.
pictures of everything. He's not even talking to anybody, and they're asking questions. He's like, "I'm not. Go away. I'm not talking to you. No."
Yeah, but the moment the dad starts talking,
he's like Hulk Hogan, but he doesn't have the hair. He's got like the really silvery white flat top thing going with the goatee.
But Jesus Christ, I've seen your dad with the hair growing out, and he looks like
Yeah, once his hair gets to that Alex Trebek kind of state, then it's like, okay, you need to cut it, dude.
Yeah, I mean he looks good with it, but still.
He does, but when he gets to that point, that's what happens. Like he's not having to answer to any higher, people anymore in the military after 27 years of service and 2 tours in Iraq. He doesn't have to answer to anybody, so he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat what I want, let my gut go, and I'm gonna grow my hair the way I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still maintains that order.
A presentable order.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, it's like, yeah, that guy was like trying to he was trying to tell the cops that no, I was driving this and that and blah 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 blah. I, the father.
Bullshit.
Your dad standing behind was like, you want to tell him the truth?
Yeah, that's it. It's essentially what he said. You want to tell the truth now? There was other people that stopped after seeing that accident. It was a T-boning. People stopped. They're like, no, bullshit. That little kid, that kid was driving this car.
Yeah.
So in all reality, maybe it should. I don't know the aspect of the law on that one, but should kind of fall onto the parent under negligence. But then again, it wasn't their vehicle and so on and so forth. So it's just a broad spectrum of fuckery.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, settlement was done. Everything's squared away. Whether they had insurance or not, who cares? The lawyer took care of the shit.
But that's just like the...
But this is just a prime example of the kind of freaking shit show clown freaking circus crap that goes on.
Yeah. It's just like my accident. Like, it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and yours was another scenario. It was a texting and driving incident, so on and so forth.
Because if I could run it down for everybody, I had just gotten off of work. Me and Mike here were we were selling beef jerky at the time because he had a smokehouse. He'd make beef jerky out of it. We'd make
and our food handlers, FYI.
And our food handlers, but still, I would, bag a pound of it or such or whatever, go to our friends, here's a bag of jerky, $5, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. I made bank that day right after going to work, staying forever, and then going and selling off a shitload of beef jerky to our friends. I'm coming back on the back roads of, not the back roads, excuse me, the downtown area of Portland, over where Aubrey lives, a buddy of ours.
Yeah, that's North Shore.
North Shore. And it's a school zone. Even though it was late as fuck, it's a school zone.
It's a school zone, but the school zone does not apply at that hour.
Yeah, but everybody is used to going really,
The
really
bottom
slow
line is
there.
it's 30 freaking miles an hour.
Yeah,
it
30,
ain't that
30.
fast.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I got my music playing. I'm in my first car. Haven't even had the goddamn thing for a full month.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even have it for a full month. And
No, you didn't.
yeah, I'm making a little bit of a turn, and I just see lights, and I'm like, my body, you know, me and Mike have studied martial arts and everything. My body immediately is like, oh shit.
Everything goes slow motion. You brace for impact because it's
Brace.
a head-on collision.
Mm-hmm. I just
Head
God.
on fucking collision is
Yeah.
what that was.
Bam! I go flying. Okay, I get moved. I get moved pretty bad. Kick open my door after figuring out where the fuck
Your
I
car
am.
flipped over.
No, it didn't.
No, it did. It didn't.
No.
Oh, I thought your car flipped.
No.
Okay.
The only person we know that flipped the car was your brother.
Oh, we're not. Getting
We're not getting into
No,
that
We're not
one.
talking about that dumbass
But
shit.
still,
That was a good one though.
that was a good one. I mean, like, if we ever get him in there,
We'll talk
let him
about it later. We'll talk
that.
about it later.
But no, I pulled a your dad.
I love it. I pulled a your dad. I want a T-shirt that says "I pulled a your dad."
No, I figured out where I was. No, I did not lose consciousness. I just got my fucking bell rung. Music still playing.
Yeah, dude, it's a head-on collision.
Yeah, music still blaring off my Bluetooth for some odd reason. I kick open the door and I'm immediately laser pointer freaking you.
To the person, yes.
I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm like beelining it, kind of halfway stumbling, making my way because my hip is out of line. And I get to the window. I'm like banging on it, like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Bobby.
I'll tell
type
you
of thing.
what, Bobby. I'm
Pretty
fixing to
much.
whoop your ass.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I just hear a help, little lady, and immediately
Exactly.
calm it down.
Exactly. Somebody's hurt.
Somebody's hurt. Okay. Opened it up. And of course, in Texas, we have I don't even think it's just Texas. We have the Good Samaritan.
It's the Good Samaritan Act.
Yes, the Good Samaritan Act. Am I allowed to assist you?
You are allowed to assist people, but you have to ask them first.
Yes.
Can I help you?
Yes, and that's exactly what I did. I was like, hey, you just hit me. Are you okay? I'm okay, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Am I allowed to help you out of your car? Yes, please.
All you got to say is, do you need help?
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. And if they say yes, then help them. If not, that's that.
Yeah, exactly. But that was her thing. It's like, I'm sorry, and this and that. It's like, I'm not worried about that right now.
That's cool. Let's get you out of the car.
I got her out. People were running over. Oh my God, what happened? I just take her.
You don't say a word.
No, I
At
just.
that point, you don't say
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. I was like, just.
What happened? You don't say a word.
No, I just handed her off. She's hurt. Take her. Where are you going? Back to my car.
I'm calling the local PD. I'm calling paramedics, and
Oh no!
that's that.
Oh no! At that point in time, local PD was already showing up. It was the technical rich side of town.
That's North Shore. That's the country club. The cops are there, dude.
Yeah. So, I'm waiting there. I'm picking up my backpack, the rest of the jerky that's still in there. I actually take a bite of a couple of pieces.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat my snacks.
I'm gonna eat my snacks. I'm gonna eat my freaking homemade goddamn jerky while I look at my mangled new car. Well, new to me car.
Yeah, your newsed car. Yeah, exactly.
And I guess apparently I was standing a little too close, because then one of the, oh my God, I don't know what the hell this guy's deal was. He's just I guess part of the cleanup crew, if you would. He's like, you need to get back.
Well, no, for sure. After something like that, you need to get away.
Yeah.
They don't want you taking anything out of a vehicle. Let me give you an example. If you were drinking,
Yeah.
and you had one of these little bottles in your car, and you took this and stuffed it in your backpack or tried to throw it in the bushes,
Yeah. Well, I
now
mean,
you're trying to hide, what could have actually happened. So you get away from the crime scene. We talked about this in one of the first podcasts about coming into an area where there was an accident.
Yeah.
And somebody trying to come into this, and the police are going to tell you to get the fuck back.
yeah. No, and I mean that's just how it was. I'm sitting like I want
You
to say
sit right there.
yeah, I'm sitting like by my vehicle, not on my vehicle or near my vehicle, whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just sitting there, and he's like, "You need to get out of here, get out of here, motherfucker! This is my car. I just got hit."
Well, when y'all are done, I'll get in my car and go.
No, and he still did the,
That's Portland PD.
stare at me like he wanted to square up, and I'm like, dude, I was just in a fucking hidden. I just got my ass hit.
Yeah, and just like they say, you felt it the next day, didn't you?
Oh, I felt it. That's when
Yeah.
That's when I called.
See, in all
you.
reality, you should have already been in an ambulance.
I got freaked out. I was just like, I'm okay.
I don't know, that's called adrenaline.
Adrenaline. So I was like, oh,
So you're feeling just fine and just pumped up and so on and so forth. But in all reality, you should be in an ambulance.
Yeah, and that's what they told me. Is like, are you sure? Are you sure? I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm just
And that's
gonna
why they
go
say,
home
okay,
and
well, you know
this
what?
and that."
If you have any problems, call tomorrow and we'll come get you. And it still counts because that's the adrenaline rush of
Yes, and
an
that
accident.
and that is what happened. My grandmother, my mom and grandmother came and picked me up.
'cause you're going to feel that trauma the next day.
Yes.
You will.
Yeah. My mom was, of course, I'm her oldest son. My mom is hysterical,
Yep.
which I gave her a hug. I kissed her on the forehead. And I'm like, I'm okay.
Everything's good. Don't need to baby me right now.
I was just like, thank you for
That's
coming.
what I have paramedics and the beautiful nurses for.
Oh yeah. But I was like, no, thank you for coming and get me. I'm okay right now. I just want to go home. I want to go home. I want to lay down on the couch that I've been sleeping on for 2 years and think. Because I know at that point in time, I'm like,
Exactly.
I don't know if I have a concussion or not. I'm not going to go to bed for another couple of hours.
Well, that's why you at least get checked out before you go.
Yeah, I mean, she did that. You're all right.
Follow my light.
Yeah.
They got to, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have to.
Yeah, of course. It's like, yeah, that was the thing. It's like, before you go, at least let me do this, which she did. Kudos to her. She didn't push anything. She wasn't aggressive about me getting into the. I mean, she could have been aggressive with me about getting into the ambulance. She could have.
Who's
but
that?
She
The
wasn't.
officer or
The paramedic.
the paramedics? Well, yeah, because they're going to tell you what's best. They can't force you to do anything, but they have to literally tell you what can and most likely will happen to cover their asses.
Yes, exactly, and that's what she did. And like I said, I text you a picture immediately after that happened, and the text was just a picture, and it said, "I need help."
Yeah, and I'm reading this text in the middle of the night, and I had like the rubbing my eyes, round white face. Oh, hey,
What's going on with you?
what the hell's going on?
Boop. Car wreck. Oh.
Well, the bottom line is like you're fine.
I was.
The
Fine for
the
the
girl was
moment.
fine.
Yeah, she
from
was fine.
the last I remembered, or
Yeah.
from at least what I was told.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just another.
Yeah.
And she was texting and driving. That's
and
that was
she-
the whole
she-
thing.
she admitted
they took
that
her.
to
They
me
took her.
and
They
everything.
did. They didn't have to just take. Yeah, they checked her phone, but she flat out admitted to texting and driving.
Yeah. And I mean, she was a little teenager, and
She was a kiddo.
I did feel bad. I did feel bad for her. It's like, hey, you just wrecked a possibly new car, and
Wasn't her car, I guarantee that.
I'm more than likely positive it wasn't. It was like you.
What teenager can just go and afford a brand new Lexus? On their own money.
Thank you. That's what I was
So-
waiting for.
On their own money.
Yeah, but
You mean mommy and daddy's.
yeah.
But let's move along off that one. We dragged that out for quite a bit there.
Yeah.
So what else do we got, Jay? Come on, throw one at me,
we're
dude.
talking about
We talked about a lot of different
close
things.
calls. You know, those were some close
Oh,
calls.
boy,
But then
I've had
that's
close
the,
calls. I've parked my RX-8 on top of a little bumper bolliard in a parking lot because my sandal got stuck and I was a little too buzzed and shouldn't have been driving, so it was kind of good I got it stuck. Not many people get a car stuck on something 5 inches tall.
But you did.
But I sure as hell did, and actually took a Jeep in a parking lot to pull me off, and I was like, motherfucker. Well, that's just one of the few little... I parked it on something with slick tires and ABS not working, the way it should. But there's better ones, and I know there's better stories. We talked about a few earlier. So, Jay, what do we got? I'm gonna take one more little sip, and we're gonna go on that one.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, close calls. You were telling me about the interactions you've had with officers, whether it was you going a little too fast or you didn't take a turn.
I've never had a speeding ticket. I have been pulled over because of it's a red freaking Mazda RX-8. It's got a loud sound system. It's got freaking vinyl pinstripes all over the damn thing.
It's a loud car.
It's got a spoiler. It blows fire out the ass. It's a rotary engine. It's a noisy drift car. It's a noisy ass rice burner. So yeah, I have been pulled over for coming to a stop sign, but I'm going to make a right turn and my tire touched the white line and he pulled me over because I went over the white line and technically it's a citation. But it's him wanting to know who the hell I am and what I'm doing. That's basically what it.
You touched the white line.
Yeah, I've had that happen before. So, in all reality, yes, I drive a car around that sticks out like a sore thumb and is just asking to get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
But I have only been pulled over, a handful of times, and it was either going over the white line or having a headlight out or a tail light out, and they're just simply courteously, it's a courtesy stop, just letting you know there, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, but you were telling me about the one big one. The one big stop.
The one big one.
You were talking about like you had just left a specific.
Are you talking about the Officer Sexy incident?
Officer Sexy.
Mm-hmm. My God, hold on, give me a second. I gotta get comfortable here.
Gotta get comfortable. Reposition for this one.
Adjust the chair. Check my time frame here on the computer. Yeah, I got time.
I got time.
Okay, so this incident, I'm going to confess to a lot of shit in this, but
it was so many years ago.
It was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Way past all that jazz. So, I'm going to time frame this probably, I want to say, 8 to 9 years ago.
8 to 9 years ago, yeah, you were still living in Corpus.
We were still living in Corpus.
College.
Hadn't been married yet. Haven't had kids yet, and still, that's how long I had the RX-8. Rest her peace. Rest her soul in peace.
You were doing the bachelor thing.
Yeah, well, if you want to call it that.
We're not going to shit around on it. You were doing the bachelor thing. I remember.
In a sense, I was still working refinery work. Yada yada yada.
Since my ass.
So. Aside from the whole situation, I'm not going to get into detail of how I ended up at this place. Who called me, said, come see me, yada, 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 regardless of all that. So it was a brand new strip club that opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in to have a beer and check it out and say hello to someone that was important to me. And thanks, bye, made my way inside the strip club. And because the place just opened and the management and the owners didn't really know what the fuck they were doing. They were trying to turn this place into a classic rock and roll kind of gentleman's establishment. So when I went in there, I'd sat down and I started drinking and I was talking to the dancer's manager, the female, and the other manager that ran the place for the owner. And the owner was there as well. And I was like, and I'm listening to the DJ. Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Which you were just starting to get into at the time.
I had been DJing years before. This was way after Austin. This was way after my gigs and announcing and playing shows and doing all that fun stuff.
Okay.
And I was listening to this guy.
He just cringed really bad thinking about it.
song stuff. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Come on in here. We got a fucking beautiful dude coming on main stage. Yeah. And I'm like, why does he sound so sad? You know,
You're in
that's
a
the first.
strip
That's the
club
first thing
around-
I'm thinking is, why is this guy sounding so sad in this place right now?
You're in a strip club with.
And I
ass
told him,
and
I was like, no, I
titties
was a
galore.
DJ back in Austin, Texas. I did that shit for a long. I've been doing this for a long time. I've learned from a lot of different guys. I've made my own routine. I do my own thing. I have my own way of talking. And next thing I know, the dance manager's coming over, and she's boom shoving a microphone in my face.
Here you go, buddy.
Announce the next one. The DJ's over there. It's like, hey, brother, how you doing, man? Real quick. Who's the next person coming out on your stage? He's like, oh, it's, Delicious or Diamond or whatever the fuck it was. Who cares?
Delicious.
He's like, all right, here she comes. Here she comes. All right, here's the song. And that's right, everybody. Thank you for coming out to Club Wicked tonight. Up next on the main stage, we got the lovely Delicious. That's right, we got $2 wells and $1 beer for the next 3 hours. Up next on the main stage, once again, is the lovely Delicious here at Club Wicked. Thank you.
Take my money, sir.
And that's basically what it was. Money, boom, in my face.
Play
We
this
want
song.
you. We want you to do this. No,
Yeah.
the management was like, we want you to do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. I already work a full-time job, but I can come here from time to time on the night, and I can do that for y'all.
Yeah, little weekends. Because I remember you were. That was your. That
I
was
was like,
your thing.
that's fine. Yeah, hey, that's fine. So, time goes by. And next thing you know, I'm wearing the suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing the DJing with this other guy. And I'm coaching him on how to talk and do things a little better. And, I'm buying fog machines. And I'm telling the owner of the place, you need this. And we made it a really good place in the matter of probably 2 months.
Yeah.
It was a brand new venue. And it was working out really good.
Yeah, you just need a visionary, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs a visionary.
And I knew exactly how to do it, and that's what we did. And it was great. It was awesome. And it was a blast. And I continued to do my thing, and I coach him that, and that's right. And next we got the lovely Diamond here on the main stage, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. And it just went on and on and on. Well, it got to the point where the owner, they loved what I was doing. And when the manager wasn't there, I would dress as the manager. I'd put a suit on, put my nice glasses on and this and that, shake hands. Hey, how y'all gentlemen doing tonight? And the owner said, I'm going to give you $100 tab a night. You have $100 to spend on whatever you want for drinks, whatever you want to do, keep the customers happy, and so on and so forth. Continue DJing and continue keeping the proper, women, I should say,
Yeah.
in the venue. Get rid of the bad ones, bring the good ones in, whatever you got to do. Oh, my stupid ass heard.
$100 tab.
I got $100 tab on what? Well, shit, that got the best of me. So yeah, I'd buy, I invite coworkers over, I'd invite friends over, I'd buy them a drink, I'd get a drink for myself. And next thing you know, I'm having a couple beers, I'm having a shot, I'm DJing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go tonight. And the thing continued for a little bit.
Yeah.
And eventually got to the point there was one night. Oh boy, it was the night. My God,
boy.
it was the night of fuckery. Shut the place down, closed it up. There's dudes in the parking lot. I got the RX-8 out there. I got the little Drift Master, and they got their new Camaros and their freaking Hemi-ass Challengers and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I literally had 5 mugs of beer and 2 shots of tequila.
Ooh.
And the new dance manager, he was a big old dude. He was cool as shit. We worked really well together. We took care of all the problems together. And I don't know why, but that one night I just thought I'd take her out for a spin.
And
So
you did.
I've had 5 beers. I've had 2 shots of tequila. I shut the fucking place down, locked the doors. I'm going to the car. I fire that bad boy up and I just start blam, 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 warming the motor.
Yeah.
Just tapping that accelerator. Blam, blam. Everybody wants to drift now.
Yeah. It only takes one to start
So-
it off.
The Camaro's doing his thing and he's just ripping around this big back lot, empty parking lot. His traction control's kicking in. It's just a base model freaking Camaro, and he's squealing tires, almost hitting fences. Then the Charger's doing the same thing. The Challenger's doing the same. Everybody's doing the same thing. Once the RX-8 was warmed up, I fucking punched that throttle, and I had one of my coworkers. He was in the car with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just drifting around the entire park. I'm circling their vehicles, not touching anything. I am going sideways, Tokyo Drift style the entire time. There was so much smoke in that parking lot. You couldn't see a fucking thing from my tires. I smoked those tires bald.
Nice.
And the dance manager's running out, and he's just laughing his ass off. He's hitting my window. Get the hell out of here, Mike. Go, go, go. Fuck them guys. Go. I'm like, bye, Felicia. And I burned the hell out. Got onto the main road. Get to the red light. Oh, I'm going to put my right blinker on. I'm going to get onto the on-ramp and go on the before I started going down the road, before I was even ready to shift onto that on-ramp, red and blues.
Lit the fuck up.
I was like, shoot, buddy. And I pulled into the nearest little parking lot, wherever the hell it was, and there was 2 squad cars. They pulled me over. I'm like, fuck.
Not just 1, 2.
And there was 2.
It's always 2 in Corpus.
And mind you, I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my nice suit. I have my nice glasses on, and I still have an earpiece in my ear.
Yeah.
And the RX-8 is, low to the ground. So where I'm sitting, I'm, maybe a couple feet from the ground. So where you stand, you're going to be up here, you're going to be above me, and so on. So, anywho, I'm looking in the rearview mirror to see who's walking up. I see officer walking up. And I'm looking a little closer in the mirror. And then it literally in my stupid ass brain was... It was, oh my god,
She had
dude.
the hip swing and everything.
She had the hip swing with the gun and all that crap. It was officer fucking sexy.
Officer Hot Body.
She had the blonde hair and the bun. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
It's like that. Pepsi commercial they do during the Super
It was
Bowl.
exactly like that.
Takes the hat off. Hair's doing a Farrah Fawcett slow motion in the wind thing. She finally takes off the glasses. It's that piercing, sexy blue, and she's like,
I shit you not.
license and registration,
That is
please.
exactly what the fuck happened. But while we were pulled over, before she even walked up, my buddy, he's still in the car. He was having a blast. We were drifting. We were ripping that parking lot apart.
Acting a fool.
And his response is, should I get out of the car and go now? I said, motherfucker, if you get out of this vehicle before they even get to my car, I will shoot your ass myself.
It's the worst thing you can do.
You sit your fucking stupid ass. I lock the doors. You sit your ass right there. You are not fucking going anywhere. Because you're not the one that's going to get in trouble. You're a passenger. Sit your ass still. Oh, okay. She makes it to my window and window goes down. She's like, can I have your license and a copy of your insurance, please? I was like, yes, ma'am. And I already had it ready. I handed her my driver's license, and I, from the, the little sun visor, I pulled off my insurance. I said, this is all I have. And I already fucking knew. I think my insurance is expired.
Naughty,
This
naughty.
is not fucking a good situation. She said, I'll be right back. Yes, ma'am.
Watching her the whole time.
She
in the
came
rear
back. She came back. And literally put both her hands, pop, pop, right there. My window sill window's down. She just poked her head in a little bit. She said, do you know what reckless driving is? Oh, yeah. And in my stupid brain at that moment, wanted to say that thing I want to do to you right now.
view. Take you
But
out.
what came out was apparently that thing I just did. Here's your license and here's your insurance. You do understand your insurance is expired, right? I was like, ma'am, I apologize. I really didn't know that. Do you work at that venue over there? I was like, yes, ma'am. The one I just came from. Do you understand it's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning? And there was children sleeping while y'all are playing around in that parking lot? I was like, yes, ma'am. I do understand that. But, ma'am, I wasn't the only one. She's like, don't worry about them. We'll deal with them.
You're the one we caught. For
Yeah,
now.
apparently they're out, catching those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Squad
DWI.
cars
I was
everywhere.
like, son of a bitch. I was like, I'm going to jail. I'm like, literally when she walks away, I'm like texting people. Like, I'm going to jail. I love you all. I'm going to jail. Bye, baby. Baby, I love you. I'm going to jail. And I'm like, motherfuck, dude, I'm fucking going to jail.
Baby, kiss little Timmy for me.
And she just kind of, she kind of continued with all of it, and
read you the verdict.
she reamed my asshole.
Ooh.
Well, she had every right. I mean, she had every right to.
I'm not going to argue that. No.
But it was because, do you work at that venue? I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm the DJ over there. I'm the assistant manager and so on and so forth. Yes, ma'am, I do work there. And I got my fifth on that one. She didn't say one word about me drinking. And you could, look, dude, if I have 5 mugs of beer and 2 shots of tequila, you can smell it on me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, she handed me my license back. She gave me the 5th on the whole thing. And I said, yes. You pulled me over. She's like, the reckless driving, so on and so forth. I was like, that, it's the shit that I just did. For sure.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. I'm parked. Before any of that, she was like, kill the motor. Loud as shit. Well, she came back. And she's like, I'm going to give you a warning.
That's when
you need to cut your shit.
Yeah.
Go home, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay. That's when your heartbeat went.
And get your insurance taken care of.
Yeah.
Because literally, I got pulled over. I was drunk. In a sense, I mean, I will say I was drunk because I had 5 beers and 2 shots of tequila. I will say I was clearly
legally drunk.
I was legally drunk. But I'm legally drunk. I have no insurance. And I was recklessly driving at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. You just pulled a
And I said, yes, ma'am. And I fired
hell.
my car, and my buddy's sitting there. He is white-faced, fucking in shock about the entire situation. So I pulled out. I got back on the access road, and I started pulling up onto the on-ramp to go towards my place, and I fucking dumped that bitch again, dude. I fucking screamed that thing the way home. I was like, fuck this shit. And he, are you serious? Are you serious? That's all that kept coming out of his mouth. We got back. I was like, shut up and go to fucking bed, dude. I got work at 5. You know?
I got work in like 2 hours.
I don't know how the hell I got out of that situation. Either she thought I was handsome and I smelled good.
You smelled like fucking booze and cigarettes. That's what you smelled like.
Then I must have been rating her freaking, category of goodness. Because what officer would let that shit fly? Now, there is other scenarios, and we will talk about some more of this. We're going to keep this on car crashes and bullshit. So I'm going to talk about a couple more. And I'm going to give the incidents with Fedora.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to give that whole incident with Fedora that night. We're going to talk about, let me just move this sound clip. We're going to shove that right there. Looks good? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. You need a little refill? A little sippy?
No, I'm fine,
Okay.
dude.
So, let's talk about the incident on Faro.
Ooh, if you thought yours were bad.
Well, leaving the bar that night. I remember leaving that bar that night. This was well after the situation I just talked about. So, on Faro Drive...
Hold on, may I interrupt real quick? Can we pause it real quick so I can take a massive
You know what?
piss?
That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to...
Aye, Captain.
Okay, so like the whole breaky thing, that's done. We're done with our little break. We got a little excited on this one. So yeah, the whole situation with Fedora and everything that went out there on Faro Drive.
Yeah.
So we had a rental home, me, my ex at the time, and a good buddy of mine, and the guy that was in the story I was telling you earlier with Officer Sexy. So them and my friend Fedora always wears a trilby, has the glasses, this big Chicago kind of dude. So we all had this like rental home together. And one of the nights, well, I went out to the bar, took the RX-8, and my ex had the Jeep and so on and so forth. And we were coming back to the house.
Yeah, the Jeep Patriot.
Yeah, we were coming back to the house, and the whole deal with coming back to the house was, this is a 50-yard freaking stretch. Okay, it's a 50-yard stretch on that road to the house. You just got to pull in 50 yards. There's nothing there. It's 50 yards of nice neighborhood. And somehow in my rear view mirror, I'm looking up going, what the heck? And I see her headlights like off to the right or left or so on and so forth. And she hit a trash can. Somehow she hit somebody's fucking trash can in the middle of the street.
Nailed it.
Freaking totaled that bastard. The car was fine. So pulled in, parked, so on and so forth. Everybody just, go to bed. No. Next thing you know, I knock on the door. And I'm going, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I already told my buddy, he was like the godfather of the house. Yeah. And he's like, son of a bitch. He's like, just go to bed. Like, this bitch didn't give up. Whoever was knocking, she didn't give up. So I opened the door. Yeah, I'm a little drunk.
In your boxers.
Hey, what's going on? You hit my fucking trash can and this and that. She went on to a fucking rampage about her goddamn trash can. And I'm like, okay. You've been drinking. I can smell it on you. You've been drinking. I'm going to call the cops. I was like, call the fucking cops, lady. I don't give a shit.
Jesus Christ. This is 2012 and you got Karen.
Or have you been trained to deal with people that have been drinking? Are you trained to know when somebody's been drinking? I don't think so. But anywho, get the fuck off the property.
Wow.
Next thing I know, the cops do show up. Okay,
As
cool.
per expected.
Whatever. Everything's parked. It's done. Well, there's a lady out there talking, et cetera, so on and so forth. She's talking about the whole situation. I'm explaining it to her, and I was like, she's saying that I hit her trash can. I didn't hit her fucking trash can. My girlfriend hit her fucking trash can. I didn't hit it. I admit to hitting your stupid-ass trash can. So it went on, and then the next officer shows up. He's the captain. She's the lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls up, and I look at this dude, and I just start laughing my ass off. I know this guy. I knew this guy before he was even in the police academy.
Yeah.
Since I was like 18, 19 years old. He served me alcohol, and that's why I'm not saying names of anybody. He literally let me drink at his house with his wife and so on and so forth and a bunch of his police buddies when I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's his house. Whatever. I'm not saying names. Not pointing fingers.
He's an officer. He knows the law.
He just laughed his ass off about the whole thing. So I told him he's like, Mike, what the hell happened, dude? I was like, look, dude, this is what happened. He's like, okay, all right. She hit the trash can, whatever. Okay, cool. And they're going back and forth across the street like a dozen times. Mm-hmm. She talks to him. He talks to him. The lady, her. He talks to her. She talks to her, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I told my girlfriend at the time, stay the fucking side. Just stay the fucking side. I'll deal with this. What does she do? She comes outside. So now the female officer is asking her questions and so on and so forth. She doesn't even have a driver's license. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
She doesn't even have a driver's license.
Hence why you told her to
and they
stay inside.
And they clearly know she'd been drinking.
Yep.
I mean, she was of age.
But
she was of age, but she just actually didn't have a driver's license. She had her military ID and so on. She could validate, her age.
Yes.
Well, it went on and 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 over and over. Fucking, I'm like, God damn it, dude, for real? I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
So my buddy comes back, the cop, and he's like, he's not asking me questions. He's not fucking with me. He already know. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude.
Yeah. At this point in time,
this is what happened. I never lied to you from the beginning. This is what happened. She hit the fucking trash can. Da da da. Yeah, she's been drinking. No, she doesn't have a driver's license. I've been drinking. We're parked. And I was like, dude, can't you just file it down that I hit the trash can? Make that bitch across the street happy. She already thinks I hit her shit. I'm like, dude, if I hit your fucking trash can, my car would be totaled. And he's like, with a flashlight looking at my car. He's like, yeah, you didn't hit the piece of shit. But there was a problem. The Jeep that she was driving, it had the dealership plastic plate thing that goes around the license plate. It had that, it says like, breast cancer awareness or this dealership.
Well, when she hit it, that broke off, and it was laying next to the trash can. And it matched right up to what was left on the vehicle. So it's clearly evident she hit the vehicle. And he's like, dude, this is what's going on. I can't even change any of that shit myself. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what you do when you realize there's evidence. Fuck.
Idiot evidence.
Well, he pursued it a little more because he's a good guy. And he's a damn good officer.
Yeah.
You know, tell him the truth. Talk to him.
Cooperating.
Like, you know, I talked to him just like he was one of my friends because he is one of my friends.
Yeah.
So he went back and he talked to the lady some more, and she's talking about pressing charges and this and that, and he literally came back to me and said, "I'm done. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I'm done talking to that bitch across the street." I was like, "She's like, Lieutenant, you need to go over there and you need to deal with that woman before I arrest her." And she's like, "Well, yes, sir." He's like, "Just go deal with her. She's already pissing me off. Go deal with it. I'm done with it."
Yeah.
And he turned his little nanny cammy thing off. And he's like, dude, he's like, that bitch is pissing me off. I was like, what? She's talking about pressing charges because she hit the trash can and this and that, so on and so forth, etc. I was like, why? It's a trash can. I'll go clean up the shit, dude. I'll pick it back up.
No shit, right?
He's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. He's like, the point, the fact of the matter is, the trash can does not belong to her. It belongs to the city. That is city's property. If anyone's going to fine you, it's going to be the city. I'll be the one to citate you for damaging city property. She needs to go the fuck back inside. And that's why I asked her and so on and so forth, et cetera, et cetera. And he got right down to the point. He's like, so this is your home? Well, no. He's like, what do you mean, no, it's not your home? Well, this is my parents' house. I'm watching it. He's like, and at what point do you think you have any fucking authority over here to, you know, try to make accusations? You know, you can call us for a problem, but don't sit here and act like it's your home. It's not your home.
Kablam.
He's like, now, if you want me to cite you for something, I'll cite you for something. On negligence. You left your trash can in the street, since you're watching the home and you're responsible for the home. You left your trash can in the street on a day when everybody else's is back on their property where it should be. It ain't trash day. It ain't trash night. It ain't going to be trash morning tomorrow. So if you like, I'd give you a $500 citation for leaving city property in the street since you're responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's looking at me anymore.
All eyes turn around.
So that shit got shut away, so on and so forth. She did get a ticket.
Ooh.
My girlfriend got a ticket for not having a driver's license.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. And the female officer said, you need to let your girlfriend know right now she's very lucky. I was like, oh, she'll know. She'll know tomorrow. I'll make it clear on that one.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy goes, brother, just shrug it all off. You know, getting a ticket for not having a driver's license is better than a DWI and destruction of city property.
Oh, absolutely. All day. Hell yeah.
So they kind of did us a favor because I was, A, honest about everything. She was also honest about everything. And this is how it went. And it just so happened the neighbor wanted to be an asshole.
And to pester people.
The
and
neighbor
tell
that
them
didn't
their
even
jobs.
live there.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing when you want to push a subject, but it's a totally different thing.
Exactly.
when
Pushing
you-
a subject is one thing.
But when you want to tell the officers how to do their job and what they're going to do,
That I'm going to press charges, that you have nothing to stand on. And
No.
that's essentially what it all boiled down to.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
now, let's get to the juicy shit.
Ooh, I love the juice.
So after this whole scenario with this neighbor and everything else, shit calmed down. And I was talking about Fedora, you know, the friend of mine, Fedora.
Yeah. We're not using real names here.
No, we're going by nicknames and aliases.
Yeah.
Now, he had lived at that house time to time. He had a room there and so on and so forth. He paid rent just like the rest of us. But, you know, he came and went as he pleased and so on and so forth. Now, after my girlfriend and I had left, we paid all our shit. We left. All the guys had the house. Well, one night, Fedora decided to go out. And Fedora had this thing about ripping through the strip clubs and buying bottles and having fun with his free time because he had nothing better to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. I don't judge nobody. Bachelor it up. Live your life, man.
It's like,
That's
hell,
great.
you did it
Have
too.
fun. Yeah, I did it too. I did it with him a lot of the times.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, after I was gone, and I'm like, hey, dude, trying to do my own life and do my thing. Well, one night Fedora went out and got
Foobarred.
That's all I can do with the wind sound. That's what he did.
Tumbleweed.
Well, he came back. He came to the house, and I'm gonna pass out right here. It's closer, and because it's right down the road where he was. Well, guess what? Fedora came back around that same corner, the one with the trashy can. But this time he was so fucked up, he didn't hit a trash can.
Oh, no.
He plowed through and ripped off the entire front end of the actual owners of that house, brand new Acura, and knocked down their beautiful white brick fence, plowed straight into their lawn. Guess who showed up on the scene?
Naughty, naughty.
My officer buddy in that area. He's like, God damn it.
This
Another incident in this area with this house, with that house, da 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 da. He shows up. That motherfucker was like doing the teeter-totter on the concrete. Like, he fucking smashed that thing. Well, they got him out of the car and so on and so forth, and they detained him till they can figure out what was going on.
Exactly.
But officer buddy of mine told all the other officers, take care of him, this and that. I'm going to check things out. So I'm going to start talking to people, yada, yada, yada. First thing he did is he went in the vehicle, started opening glove boxes, and I know Fedora. He opened that glove box, and he pulled out a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson. He had a freaking handgun in that car.
Whoa.
So what did he do? Stuffed it right into his belt, walked straight to the front door, bang, 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 hit the doorbell till Big Boss,
Yeah, Godfather.
oh boy, Godfather came out, and he knew he was awake. They all heard the accident. God damn it, you can't. He knew they were awake. They were already out there. He went back inside, and he said, I'm giving you this. You put this away right now.
Or your buddy's going to jail.
You hide this somewhere, or he's getting a felony weapons charge. Thank you. Put it away.
No problem, stupid.
The bottom line with this whole little scenario is, my buddy got drunk. He wiped out a fence. He hit a car. He could have killed somebody. And you know what? For 1 year, he dealt with a lot of legal problems and had to go to court and had to do a lot of things. He did rehab. He got sober, yada, yada, yada,
Yes,
et
yes.
cetera, to make this shit go away.
Yeah.
To make all the problems go away. He fucked up, made a mistake, and you know what? He bettered himself, and he has not had an issue since, and it's been years.
Yeah. And
Learn your lesson. That was
yeah.
a close call, and you were very fucking lucky.
Exactly.
But, the whole deal of this is what you get for bitching about getting your trash can hit.
Now you got a real problem.
Even the officer, my buddy, he giggled about it a little bit. He's like, see? She wanted to push the subject and try to get people in trouble for hitting a trash can in a place that she doesn't even fucking own, that's not even her property, and she's responsible for. Well, guess what? The next person that came through wiped out your fence and your car. To me, the whole story is ironic.
Yeah.
From what actually happened originally with her just bumping the trash can, the whole scenario, and all the heartache and all the bullshit that went on. And you know what? A couple months later, the front end of your car gets ripped off. Your brand new Acura the front end gets just completely stripped off of it, and your fence gets totaled.
Fence, wall, your wall.
All right, now you can complain about something.
This is an issue. That was an inconvenience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before it was just the city's trash can, and you wanted to start shit about something.
Yeah.
Because you felt all high and mighty watching mom and dad's house and acting like you're a homeowner. Well, guess what? You were there while your parents were there, the actual homeowners, and next thing you know, you have a missing fence and a completely totaled car. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right or anything. I'm not trying to justify this situation, but what I'm saying is what comes around goes around.
By all means, yeah.
I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying what any of us did was right. But I'm just saying, you better freaking pick your shit a little better.
Can always be worse.
Yeah, it could always be worse. You could have your fucking front end of your Acura ripped off.
Yeah. No shit.
Your fence completely totaled. But just had to throw that last little one out there. Like I said, I'm not saying anybody was right on any of this bullshit. I was just simply talking about the irony because it's done and it's over with. Don't be bitching about your trash can. Next time it might be your car and your fence. Hey, be nice to your neighbors. Oh, that is if you actually live at that house.
I mean, even
You're
then,
not just house sitting.
I mean, shit. Even then, even if you're visiting, be nice to your neighbors, because then the person who lives there still has to deal with the neighbors.
You know, I got told by one of the clients there in the harbor, and they're millionaires, multimillionaires. His wife has written one of the top bestseller books in the world as far as just public speaking goes, and just that kind of, the words are just, they're on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not thinking straight right now from everything I've been talking about. But she is there it is. She is the #1 motivational speaker in the United States of America. And she wrote a bestseller. And to become a bestseller, you have to sell 1 million copies. Well,
Yes.
she has written 3 bestsellers. And I'm like, damn, dude. Even at $10 a copy, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's 30 fucking million. That's $30 million here. That's $30 million there.
Yeah.
And they basically said, try $32.99 a copy. They're wealthy as shit.
Yeah.
And they're amazing freaking people. But the one thing that he told me when he takes off on his big $1 million boat and tips us very well and always talks to us, very kind people, he said, as far as my wife is concerned, and her books and being a motivational speaker and so on and so forth, there's only 3 things you got to remember in life. That's be kind, and be fucking kind. It's not hard.
Yes. Yeah, and I could say the same thing for my line of work. It's totally different. Shit, it's the
It ain't
exact
hard
opposite.
to just be kind.
Yeah.
Now, do
and-
we all do it? No.
No. No. We need to practice being kind. I know I do. Some of the clientele that walks through my door, and we'll talk about that one that you were there for. That was funny. Okay. But yeah, kindness goes a long way. It's a renewable source of energy.
It really does. It's not the easiest thing to do time to time, especially when you're
Oh,
not
no.
in the best mood in the world or whatever the hell it may be.
No.
But you go to a bar, you go see someone looks at you. Hey, what the fuck you looking at? If you want to be one of those assholes, be one of those assholes, dude. You're gonna be just like that fucking fence. You're gonna get smashed at some point, dude.
Yeah. No, and that's what I was getting at.
But
Kindness.
It's not hard to look back at somebody and be like, hey brother, how you doing? What happened to me today plenty of times. Someone sits there and, oh my god, look, a ping pong table. Like, yeah, you want to Forrest Gump that thing with the wall, or you want to play with something? Yeah, man, yeah. Just be kind, dude.
Yeah, man. It's like I've always said, man. Kindness, it's one of the many learned characteristics of humans. Some people just have to
it's
learn
learned,
to be.
It's also forgotten.
Yeah, it's learned and forgotten so easily. Some people, they have to learn to be kind. I've always said it. If you want an easy life, you want a lonely, easy life, be an entirely fucking asshole.
Yeah, and just like me on the motorcycle all the time, like, I see a motorcycle on the side of the road, I stop. That's a motorcycle thing, for one. I stop. Hey, what's going on, rider man? How you doing? No. Motorcycles, we got our own little special thing.
Yeah.
But even then, I've seen cars pulled over. I'm going to stop. I've stopped at cars many times. Hey, brother, you all right? Yeah, man, it stalled out for a little bit, but we're good. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to follow you, brother. Make sure you get up, back over to the ferry or wherever the hell we're going.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I've done that before too, and I've gotten, me with my car, and I've gotten the worst of it.
I don't stop all the time because,
no.
If somebody's not in distress, I'm not really going to stop. If I got a vehicle and I got my son in it,
No,
not really gonna stop.
Of course not. No.
because I can't just stop the car, leave my kid in the car, and go check on your ass.
Yeah.
But when I'm on the bike and I'm solo, I check on people. I stop.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, no, I've been on that road too, and I've seen both aspects of it. No, I'm all right, but thank you for checking up on me. This, that, blah, 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 blah. Because I drive between Taft and Taft, and Portland, and between that, it's a long stretch of fucking nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Sometimes
it is
it's-
just a stretch of jack shit.
Yeah, so sometimes if somebody's out there, they're not anywhere where they can really be found and
sure.
or helped. So I do that.
I think, yeah, for sure. And I think the moral of this whole thing is, you know, y'all go check on your neighbors, man. See how they're doing. Cook some dinner. Bring them something you cook. Talk to them about a barbecue. Invite them over. Like, be good to your neighbors. They most likely will be good to you. And if they're not, then you know what? That's their loss, and it's not your problem anymore. So, Justin,
make some friends.
Yeah, make some friends. All right, everybody. Again, it's September 15th, 2021. We're not doing the Tech Talk Tuesday today. We're doing the whatever Wednesdays of BSery. We will see y'all on the next episode. Mr. Savage again in the house. Justin Martinez, the co-host here for whatever Wednesdays now.
Later.
Take care, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.